Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. So today I'm making over Greg from the Werewolves pack. So someone in the comments of I think my first makeover suggested this, and I don't know why I didn't even think about this in the first place to like turn him into a human and see what he looks like. But here he is, and I wasn't really expecting the fit that he was wearing when he turned into his human form. For some reason I think of like the old mafia days when they would wear outfits like this, but this just might be more so an outfit that was from a certain time period. Like, I'm assuming that the point of his look is to make him look a little bit more dated, even especially with his long sideburns, I guess, like the beard thing. I don't know what you even call that, so I have no idea. But for my look, I wanted to make him a little bit more modernized. Now, he is an adult, because I thought he was an elder, because same thing with Vlad, like, he has gray hair and everything like that, and I always thought that he was an elder, but he's also an adult. So I decided to go for the more salt and pepper type of shade when it comes to hair. So it's like the last swatch, which is like the black and gray. Although sometimes on certain hairs you can't really tell, which I mean is fine. Like I'm not too bothered with it. It would be nicer to see a little bit more gray peeking through, but honestly, it's totally okay. So unfortunately for Greg, I don't have like a full backstory because he's considered like an NPC in the world. As far as everybody else, they kind of came with their own backstories. So with him, you kind of learn the stories as you play and through artifacts, and he even has a diary that you can find. I believe that's the only way you can get it is through scavenging. And you can also learn some things about him from the locals by asking them about Moonwood Mill and stuff like that. So I think it's really cool to be able to discover his story that way as opposed to kind of having everything kind of laid out. I've already mentioned this in my Let's Play episode, but I really love how lore-oriented the Werewolves pack is. I think it makes it so much more interesting to kind of get more into the world and kind of have a deeper connection to the characters themselves. It honestly makes me wish that they would do these things a little bit more so with even past packs, or even revisit old packs and even like base game worlds and give more lore to everybody, because I feel like you get the general backstory of the Sims, but when you go into the households, like the backstory doesn't align with how the relationships are or anything like that. Like sometimes they'll say like these two Sims are romantic interests, but then you go into the household and there's no romance at all. They're just acquaintances. So it's like, it doesn't really add up, and it'd be really cool to get that implemented and just have more lore in general, because even how some Sims from this Werewolves pack connect to the Vampires pack is so cool to see, and like the history and like familial relationships, which we learned in my last episode, which I think is so awesome. So I'm very much a big fan of seeing the stories and whatnot. So I'm hoping that this is something that they continue to do in the future, because the more the better, I'm just saying. So as far as Greg goes, which by the way, his like full name for anybody who didn't know is Gregorius Lunevik. So I decided that I was gonna stick with his full name, but like you can just call him Greg. And I wanted to keep his kind of more formal look. I obviously felt like he needed to have his chest hair out, and also now thinking about it, the salt and pepper look kind of aligns with his werewolf form, because it is more of like a salt and peppery type of look. So I think in the end it just works well together. And then of course I had to keep the red eyes because it just suits him. But seeing his like chest hair exposed, I feel like he'd be a fairly hairy man. So yeah, I don't know. I think he ended up turning out pretty good, a lot better than my first shot around. So, but before I kind of stuck with the gray hair, this time I decided to go for a different color. So yeah, and I added a scar because for some reason I just feel like he'd look really badass with one. So that is what he looks like. I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. I believe this is also my last installment in the Werewolves townie makeovers. I don't know if I'm going to make over any of the ones that were from the trailer. I might not. Maybe that's something in the future. But other than that, that's pretty much it. So I'll have a before and after photo of him so you guys can see a closer look, because it's a pretty drastic before and after in my opinion. I mean, I didn't really change much of his features, but anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you did enjoy, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys in a new video very soon. Bye guys.